Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We will start the first press conference with Portugal coach Patrice Lagisquet and captain Tomas Appleton. If you'd like to raise your hand, if you'd like to ask a question, a microphone will come to you. We'll open the floor straight away for questions. Thank you. Here in the front row.
Bonjour, Idriss Chaplin pour RNS. Question pour Patrice. Là, tout de suite, à chaud, vous avez plutôt l'impression d'avoir fait quelque chose.
Patrice, now on the spot, are you feeling that you did something great or you missed something great? A very good question, but both of them. When we are thinking about our first half, it's kind of miraculous to finish with a draw. When we are seeing our second half, we can think that we did everything we could to win that game, but it's just kind of frustrating. But this team is a young team. They have so many things to learn. We are growing game after game. And we still need to build our experience, but it's huge. But they are so generous that I want to forgive them every single mistakes, the bad choices, the bad kicking game, because they really defend really well. And in the second half, they put the pitch on. They set the pitch on fire.
Tomas, Rugby Europe. I know it wasn't the result we wanted, but what shifted in the second half? What happened after the locker room? What happened with the team?
I think in the first half we were just defending. I think our kick exchange wasn't smart. We were losing. We started against the wind, and that makes a difference. But we were losing every kick exchange, and that made a lot of difference. I think we spent most of first half defending, and as soon as we risk it and we start to play hands, we scored a first try. But yeah, we need to risk it more. We need to play through the hands. We need to play with our strengths, and I think we didn't do it for the first half. I think we grew a lot in the second. I think we galvanized ourselves, but still we cannot give 40 minutes in the beginning to the opponent.
Hello, Patrice. I'd like to ask you if we can know what have you told the players in the halftime, because the difference between the first half and the second half was so big that we really would like to know.
I can't tell you all the words. It wouldn't be polite, but I just said them they had to react, because it couldn't be worse after this first half. And the only time we played our rugby, we scored a try. Then they just had to change their attitudes. We were doing stupid faults, stupid kicking game. It was terrible. The only strength was that we were defending our goal line with a strong effort, strong mental. Then that's why we were still existing at the end of the first half. We were still alive.
Et justement, le fait d'avoir fait une première mi-temps aussi catastrophique, on va le dire.
And the fact that we played a terrible first half, or a very hard first half, do you think it was due to emotion or it was due to something else? Maybe because the players, well, I don't know. I had the feeling that after Wales, after the game the match against Wales, they didn't play so many actions 100%. And I think that today, I think it was a huge emotion when they could see that full stadium supporting them. And after our match in Nice, I thought we have evacuated all this, but apparently it was not the case. So when we came down from the bus, there were many fans, and even for me, I could feel some fantastic emotions. And for the players, I think it has an impact on them, because they're not so used to live or this kind of atmosphere, and we were weak in our kicking game, in touchline as well, on many aspects that were good last week. But I think there's a part of a question of state of mind, of mental quality. Hi, Patrice from the Sud-Ouest newspaper. If you want to make your print on history, I think this first generation of Portuguese players started in 2007, but now do you feel you mark the history of rugby in Portugal? In Portugal, I guess they'll be aware of that, and that we could at least have given the will to some young players, young boys and girls to play rugby. That's one of the objectives for the Portuguese Federation. Then to mark the history, I don't know. It's a big word, but I would say that in Portuguese rugby history, it's a small step forward. I'm not going to say great sentences, but well, what is great here in that case is the capacity of the team to react, to give a generous rugby, and that's exactly what it's satisfying, and it's a kind of a great reward.
Tomas, going to you again. There were things that weren't done how you wanted, but let's go with the positives. What you liked the most from Portuguese game, and what you think we have to do better against Australia next week?
I think, once again, I think we put ourselves on the line. I think we had a lot of physicality, and when we get to these stages, I think we need to step up on the physicality. And I think, once again, we did it against Wales, we did it again today, especially we know that our opponents will be stronger than us, bigger than us. So I think we really stepped forward. I think we were way better on first phase than last time, but still a lot of work to do. Sometimes we didn't. Sometimes we could not build our moves. And I think we really have to be more patient when we get to the 22 of the opponent. I think we are rushing a lot. The ball to the backs and then throwing 50-50 passes, and we can't do it. We have to hold on to the ball, build phases, and we need to score, even if it's on the 8th, 10th, 15th phase. I think we really need to keep the ball.
So we'll go at the back and then up the front next. Just waiting for translation. Thank you.
Marco Martins, RFI. Tomás, uma pergunta. Estiveram quase perto da vitória. Foi um empate. Primeiro, com que sabor se sai deste encontro? E segundo, marcaram a história. Com que sentimento também ficam? Porque o público estava à espera de alguma coisa e deram.
To victory, so what can you say? What are your feelings? In the ranking, we knew we were not favorite, but we gave everything, and we knew that we had the victory in our hands. Almost, we were so close to victory, and we didn't win against Georgia since 2005. I think it has been a long time, but we are kind of satisfied with what we did. But well, we would have liked to win. Obviously, we want a winning team. We don't want a team that comes here to participate. So we wanted to surprise this team.
In the second row, and then we'll come to the first.
Question pour Patrice Lagisquet.
Question to Patrice. You are going to play your next games, your next matches 100%. What are your objectives, your goals for the next and last two games against big teams? Well, I think it will be tough for qualifications, obviously, for the quarterfinals. But as I've been saying since the beginning, we are going to exist try to exist and to fight against those teams which are superior teams but want to try to be as good as we can, try to annoy them, try to disturb their games, and I think it will be difficult to resist to those teams, but we are going to do our best, try to prepare as best as we can to resist to those teams, because I think we will need a lot of tackles in two players, but I think we will need to have our ambition to play as we did today in second half, or like as we did during the first half against Wales. We need to give a lot of game and a lot of volumes. It's our ambition. We want to attack in a timely and efficient manner.
Hello, Patrice again. My question is if you feel that this result, this tie, is more because of the first half given away, or because Portugal lacked a little bit of killer instinct in the second half when we were on top of the game?
This result, you can never make. We always want to do a remake and to change the game. But yes, the first half was poor. In the second half, we tried to control. We defended 2 minutes and a half before doing a fault. And Pedro Lucas was showing me after the game. Immediately, he had the video, and he has shown that the ball was behind the feet of the Georgian player. But immediately, he was moving his foot to put it behind the ball, and that's why he was penalized. And I think he has done this fault because of his lack of experience. That's all. He should have the control and try to see if the referee was authorizing him to attack this ball. Because I think we could defend more, but you can't say it's a lack of it's a lack of experience. Yes, but nothing more, nothing else. Yeah.
Time for one more last question in the second row. Thank you.
Bonjour. Est-ce que tu peux nous parler du match de Raffaele Storti qui vous a fait énormément avancer?
Can you tell us about Raffaele Storti? He could find the right and timely spaces. Yes, we know that Raphael is a great Fatserex. Rodrigo wasn't in his best day in first half, but on the second half he could take aerial balls. As you could see, he scored by twice when Yashvili is against him. So it's a great finisher. As soon as he goes forward, we know that he can go and score. That's why I was really annoyed at that moment, because we take the yellow card. And in the first half, Raphael is close to him. He has to play with Raphael. But well, that's the way it is. But we know that Raphael has some great qualities as a finisher. But I think the Stade Français was right in recruiting him. If he had not been injured, he would have been better scorer in Pro D2 league. But I think over the next few years he will have a great career in the top 14 French league.
We'll have Georgia coach and captain here very shortly. Thank you.